Today I'm sharing my TBR for the rest of 2020. 123 books by the end of December? Probably not. But a to be read pile is more what you'd call guidelines than actual rules. As you go through this list with me, think about what kind of videos you wish were created around these books and jot those ideas in the comments. So I wanted to remake my TBR spread in my journal. Same format, different categories. The categories for the new TBR are based on my video series and plans and reading goals. The first series is Nostalgic Reads. This series is where I'll reread childhood and high school books and continue series related to those. The next is Backlist Through the Decades, where I'll read a book released in a specific decade each month, or at least try to. Next is Reading Like a Specific Booktuber, similar to Chandler's Taste Test, but since I'm using taste in another series, I wanted a different name. Speaking of, the one with taste in its name. Genre or trope tasting, where I choose 4 of a trope or genre to try out. Allows me to broaden my reading bubble. Next is Topic, where I choose a specific topic and read 4 related to it. Can be a fiction or nonfiction. Next we have Would Have Missed Out. These are children's and middle grade that I would have missed out on because of my age. Finish that series, self-explanatory. I'll either do 1 or 2 series in a quarter. Then I have nonfiction and manga or graphic novels, which these might fall into the other categories anyhow. Also on my spread, but I didn't choose any yet, is 2020 releases, then sci-fi or fantasy, and mystery. Okay, now onto my TBR for the rest of 2020, September through December. For my Nostalgic Read series, I plan to read the original 62 Goosebumps. I read them in 5th and 6th grade. Not all of them, but most of them. I have 6 physical and the rest are ebooks. I plan to do more of R.L. Stine's other series in the future. Nostalgic Reads, I have 21 little golden books. I'll break them up into like 5 sittings of about 5 books each. I thought having a little golden day was a cute title for this. Reread Alvin Schwartz Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark series. I love these as a kid, and I only have number 3 as a physical right now, but yeah. And October coming up, it felt like a perfect idea, so I'm gonna do that. I plan to read the Spiderwick Chronicles series as part of my Nostalgic Reads. I read book 1 a long time ago, and I wanted to finish the series. Next, for Backlist Through the Decades, where I try to read 1 book released in a specific decade for each month. September is the 1980s, so I chose Howl's Moving Castle, book 1. October is 1990s, so I chose Bunnicula and Fruits Basket, volume 1. November is 2000, so I chose Poison Study. I seen this on Booktube and I'd found it at Goodwill, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick that up and check that out. So I chose Throne of Glass because it's part of my secret TBR, so double duty on my own prompts here. There's my secret TBR, which has 8 books total. Next is genre tasting. I chose pirate romance, but I kind of got into a pirate mood. So if you have any pirate book recommendations, please let me know in the comments. For the pirate romance ones, I have The Pirate's Wife, The Pirate Next Door, Princess Pirate, and The Pirate Hunter's Lady. Next is the topic, which I chose pirates. I looked through my 50 books and I found 4 books. The Not So Jolly Roger, The Isle of Swords, The Black Flag, and one that's like a poetry book. It's The Sea Ships and Sailors. Next is the Would Have Missed Out. These are middle grade and kids books that I have not read yet, that I would have missed out on just because I am a kid. So back in April, I watched Kevin's video from the Irish Reader, and where he read the Olsen twin books. So when I was at Goodwill and I'd seen the Olsen twin books and like so 3 of those, and then 3 Nickelodeon books that were like Alex Max and Shelby Woo. So I totally had to pick them up, and you can blame him. I've finished that series, and I chose to finish 2 series. One is the Dark Dynasties by Kendra Lake Castle. The first book was Dark Awakening. I'd already read that, and I read the second one as well, Midnight Reckoning. And then there's 2 others that I still need to read in that series. Next is the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Carrie Maniscalco. Sorry. I read book 1, and I still need to read the other books and the novella. Action choice for now, but I'll probably end up reading more later. But the current one is Find Your Happy. Total tally of my TBR is 123 books. I mean, this is extremely ambitious of me, but I love to plan. It's the follow-through that I usually have a hard time with. But let's see if I can do this. Honestly, I think this sum will end up carrying over into like January, maybe even February, but I'm okay with that. But any video ideas around these books that you'd like to see, or some other book recommendations based on what I intend to read, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and hopefully you can hear me through all this. I've never really vlogged outside before. I've never vlogged ever, really, but we're giving this a shot.